It is 511 flashlight review time. 511 has recently come out with 5 brand new flashlights. This is kind of a new area for them. They had their Light for Life, which is a little bit bigger light, kind of a lot bigger light. And they've recently come out with some smaller lights, this one actually being the biggest of the bunch. So I wasn't really sure what to expect from 511 for flashlights. I'm kind of a picky flashlight guy. And I was a little bit nervous. Didn't know how they were going to do, didn't know how the quality was going to be, didn't know how the user interface was going to be. So admittedly, I was a little nervous, but I have to say that I am very pleasantly surprised with what they've come up with. So this, I believe, like I said, is the largest of the bunch. This is the ATAC A2. It is a 2 AA battery flashlight. This is the box, cardboard box, very pretty. Has some of the highlights on the outside here, 162 lumens, which will go for an hour and 45 minutes, and it will throw that allegedly 127 meters. On the back, kind of just standard stuff, so let's open up the box and have a look. On the inside, we get instructions in, how many languages? I think 6. For all of our foreign brethren. At least 5. Anyway, but this light is simple enough to figure out that even if you speak Swahili and there is no Swahili instructions, you're going to be just fine. Sanskrit, Swahili, whatever you got, no problem. Bring your languages, get your flashlight. Comes with batteries. Thank you very much, 511, for including 2 Duracell AA batteries. And it comes with a lanyard, breakaway lanyard, which I will get into in a little bit. Let's get this out of the way. I've already put flashlights or batteries in the light. So let's have a look at this light. This is, like I said, the 511 ATAC A2. It's a 2 AA battery light. There is an A1, which is a single AA battery light. It does, of course, take 2 AA batteries. You can also use nickel metal hydride or lithium if you want to get a little bit longer life out of the batteries. So lots of options there. It is a little bit bigger light. It's about 6 inches. I'm not going to go over all the numbers. I'll throw them up on the screen, up maybe here-ish. Somewhere in there, I'll say. And but it's about 6 inches long and about an inch wide and about 3 ounces heavy. So because it's a little bit longer, it fits in your hand very well, and you could use this sort of as a striking type weapon if need be. And I think the overall purpose of this light, the use is going to be probably mostly as a duty light, because it's a little bit big, it's a little bit long for everyday carry. If you get that A1, that'd probably be fine, but this A2, it's a little bit long for everyday carry. So I think this is going to be more ideal for law enforcement or military as a duty type light. It's made of aerospace grade aluminum, very well constructed. We'll start at the back here and just kind of go over some of the features of it, kind of the construction. So the tail cap on the back here, it has a rubberized button there, a little bit of texture on the top. Sticks out, so obviously you can't tail stand it, which is fine. And it's very comfortable on your finger. That rubberizedness it's very comfortable, I'll just say. I don't know what else to say past that. It pushes in, and just a light press in will get you that momentary on. Doesn't have to go very far at all. And then a full press will get the light all the way on. I'll go through the user interface a little bit more in depthly in a little bit, but I just want to go over the construction of it at the moment. Moving on down, there is some knurling on the tail cap here. And then right in there is the space for the lanyard. Let's look at the lanyard. And now the idea of this lanyard is that it is a breakaway lanyard. Alright, got that through there. It takes just a little bit of work first time. But anyway, so the idea of this lanyard is that if you're carrying the light and you have the light on your wrist like this, and you can cinch it down to your wrist, so you're carrying it, and so you've got the light, you're carrying it, you're going along minding your own business, and someone wants to come attack you, and for whatever reason, they grab your light. You know, you don't want to drop the light because you're carrying it on the lanyard just in general is the reason you've got it on the lanyard, so you don't drop it. But if someone comes and tries to grab it and you get in a fight with it and they take it, well, the lanyard breaks apart. So they are not going to take their arm with you. So nice design on that. Nice little idea that they have come up with for that. So moving on down, next we have this rubber square I don't know what the official word is for it. I'm going to call it a square rubber ring. Does that work? I'm sure 511 has an official term for it. My official term is the square rubber ring. And that is right here. And what that does is that keeps it from rolling. And because it's rubber, it's more comfortable in your hand. Yeah, it's a little bit quieter if you hit it on something for what that's worth, but it's more comfortable. So nice idea there. It's going to keep it from rolling. That also holds the pocket clip. Perhaps my only minor gripe about the light is just the placement of the pocket clip. I prefer pocket clips to be over smooth surfaces, such as over here, so that when it's going into your pocket, you're not going to get pocket wear from it going over a ribbed, semi-sharp surface. So I think that's my only complaint about the light. The pocket clip, you know, you can take this off if you're so inclined. This comes off just like this. And you could, I believe, peel this rubber off of the pocket clip, put the rubber back on, and put the tail cap back on. Now, just a note, when you're putting this back on, there is a notch right up in here on the top of the light, and that notch is only in one spot, such that the pocket clip can only go in one spot, which is right there. And so that pocket clip is going to go right in over that notch. And then when you put the tail cap back on, it will push it down in place and hold it firmly right there into that notch, so it's not going to slide around. Otherwise, the pocket clip itself, the strength of it, I think, is just right. It's not too tight, not too loose. I think that's going to do well. I just wish that it was over a smoother surface. Otherwise, the body, it's very comfortable to hold, like I mentioned. It's not too thick, so it fits very well in your hand for whatever purpose you need to do with it. And then down to the head, there are some crenellations there. It's a textured reflector with the Cree XPE LED. Moving on to the user interface. Let me turn one of these lights off so I can give you a little bit better look at how this works. So one of the other fears that I had before I got this light was the user interface, because I have another light of a similar design, twice the price, that has a deal where you push it and you push it again and it goes down to the next lower level. But that push time on the other light is like 2 seconds. So if you're clearing a room with it and you do a momentary on to shine it on something, and then less than 2 seconds later, which is not that long, you turn it on again and suddenly you're clearing the room at 5 lumens, and that is counterproductive. So on this, I don't know the exact time, but I believe this you have to click it under a second to get it to go down to the next level of brightness. So here you can see here, clicking it pretty quick, and it's staying at that 162 lumens. Now if you click it less than a second, it will go down to the 15 lumens. And then click it a third time in less than a second, or between, it will go into that strobe. And it always, no matter where you are, you let it go for more than a second and it defaults back to that 162 lumens, which again is, I think it's a perfect design for a tactical type light, always defaulting to the brightest. And you can get it down to that 15 lumens, which is great for, you know, if you're law enforcement reading licenses, things like that, where you don't need that big, huge brightness. And very easy to get into the strobe. Just that quick. So, user interface is great. Like I said, the push button, it's just firm enough so that you're not that likely to accidentally turn it on, because it's a very light press to get to the momentary on, and then a fairly firm press to get it all the way on. So good job on the user interface. So that is about it for this light. My overall impressions of it, like I said, initially I was a little skeptical of how 511 was going to do with their flashlights. But I like this so much that I am buying a second one. I'm going to buy the ATAC L1, of which a review, of course, will be forthcoming. It's a little bit smaller, single CR123 light for more of an everyday carry. But this is a great light. Like I said, I am blown away by the quality of their light. $65, $64.99, and great light for the money. Really, no big complaints about it at all. So check one out. 511 ATAC A2 light.